So far, we've mostly talked about the technical aspects of a black and white photography, but as you know, there's far more to it than that. You have to be able to create beautiful emotions in your work in order to take pictures that are interesting and also eye-catching. So in this lesson, I'm going to talk about creating emotive photographs in black and white mode, how to do that, what kind of lighting to use, and how to approach this in general. Let's begin. Of course, emotive photography is all about emotions, and so you need to figure out what kind of emotion you want to express in your black and white photographs. Is it sadness? Is it happiness? But of course, it's never that simple. Here is a beautiful long list of 135 emotions that you could explore in your work, whether it's shame or relief, or contentment, or just gloominess. These can all give you unique, original ideas to take beautiful photographs of anything that you like. So pick one of these. I highly encourage you to pick 3 from this list or come up with some of your own and just write down these emotions and think of ways that you could express them in your work. This is a great way for you to strengthen your imagination and to think outside the box. The next thing you can do is pick the right type of lighting to bring this emotion to life. You already know how to work with different types of light, so you're on the right track. There are many types of lighting that translate well to black and white photography, specifically to emotive black and white photography. Here are a few to get you started. Harsh direct light. This can be natural or artificial. Harsh light will create dramatic shadows and highlight textures, which will create a very interesting look in black and white. The next type of lighting is soft light, which I talked about in a previous lesson. This can help you create a sense of elegance or nostalgia in your work. Last but not least is low light. This is another type of lighting you're familiar with already since you've experimented with low-key photography. Your photos don't always have to look as dramatic as that, but just remember that photos taken in low light are moody, intriguing, and emotive. Last but not least, find a space where you can express these emotions. Remember to focus on props as well. And by props, I mean objects. They can be anything, whether it's a pencil or a lens, that can add to your composition and tell a story about your subject. I'll give you a simple example. Let's say you want to take a moody photograph of an old Polaroid camera. You want to capture a sense of nostalgia and sadness. There are many ways you can do this. When I think of sadness, I personally think of tears. I can represent that with the help of raindrops on a window. As for lighting, I just went with what I had during this shoot. It happened to be sunny during this photo shoot, which was perfect for highlighting the drops of water and creating contrast. Sometimes you have to go with the flow and adjust to the conditions, especially when you're working with natural light, so don't be afraid of that. Nostalgia is usually associated with blurred memories. We can't always remember the past very clearly, so my idea was to create some blurred photographs, half-blurred photographs. So here I'm using a freelancing technique, which involves detaching my lens from the camera to create a blurred effect. An alternative to this, which is a little bit safer, is using a tilt-shift lens. These are my results. I made sure to experiment with both sharp and blurred photographs. So even if you feel during your photo shoot like a certain angle might not be worth the effort, experiment with it anyway. I highly encourage you to do so. It might end up giving you your best photographs. Black and white photography is definitely not just a technical genre in which you need to just focus on composition and shapes and textures and things like that. You have to be able to create emotions in your work in order to empathize with people and to tell your story authentically. So my challenge for you in this lesson is to pick one emotion. You can use this chart over here, and you can pick any of the emotions that you think really represent you at this moment or that you've just been interested in exploring in general, and try to use different props and locations and different kinds of lighting to represent that emotion, to express that emotion in an interesting way. Don't be afraid of experimenting with different angles and props and locations. If something doesn't work out at once, that's completely fine. Start over, pick a different emotion if that feels right to you, and share your results with everybody in this course. I really look forward to seeing your results.